All right, here we go. Here we go, Mehmet. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, let's get this thing rolling. Oh, okay. So today we're gonna do the Barrage Rogue. We've been playing a lot with our landslide druid, our light spear sorcerer. So today we're gonna just go with the Barrage Rogue, and we're gonna see how he does. He's up to 100. He just got his resplendent spark, and we actually need cash. So what we're gonna do, we need gold. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go over here, and we're gonna run this real quick and just bank it. That's all we're gonna do. We're just gonna cash in for the gold at the end each run. So we're probably gonna have to do a couple of these, and maybe 3, maybe 4. We'll see. I think we're holding well, we're pretty broke right now. I don't think we have much gold, so let's see what happens. Oh, stunned me.
Don't have enough energy. Need more time.
I actually don't think that this guy's glyphs are all leveled yet. I haven't checked. We'll have to do that too. I think there's still a couple left.
Need more time. Don't have enough energy. Need more time. Need more energy.
All right, there we go. First wave's done. I haven't actually played with this guy very much, to be honest with you. We've been really spending most of our time on our light spear source and on our druid, so it's kind of time to get this guy moving here a little bit. We haven't done much with him.
Need more time. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm low on energy.
There's a few things about this build that I don't like, and I've tried to. I'll tell you, one of them is the Paragon board. Again, like I said, this season we're doing all cookie cutter builds off the web. We're not creating our own this season. We usually create our own, but this season we're not. And this build right here is really weird, the way they do their Paragon points, and it leaves you at the end of it with your resistances just being literally at 10%. So you end up having to waste some other resources to change that. I want where is it? 2. And so that was kind of discouraging. I was a little bit disappointed with that. I actually played with the Paragon board quite a bit, and I see that there's just no way of fixing it without changing a lot of stuff. So, and again, like I said, I said we were going to do cookie cutter builds this season, and I don't want to change it. Also, I want to talk about a little bit about my landslide druid that You know, a lot of people really like that Ace of Spades Doomsday, whatever the heck it's called. I used it. I played with it quite a bit. I hated it. I ain't gonna lie. I absolutely hate Cataclysm. It's just, I did not like the build. If it's for you, that's great. I'm glad you like it, but man, I just thought it had, I mean, we even went to all the trouble of leveling all its glyphs and all kinds of stuff, and it just wasn't very fun. I just absolutely hated it. Another rogue, good, yeah, yep. Storm Slide, I'm not sure. Let me see. I have it on my phone what that thing was called. Let's look. So, yeah, because a lot of people recommended it to me, and a lot of people thought it was awesome. Now I don't have it, so I must have deleted it totally off of my. I think it was called Doomsday or it's Ace of Spades something, and man, I just couldn't stand that build. Hated it. So we are right. We went, yeah, landside with the Cataclysm. I just hated it. It might have been Doomslide. I don't know. I just, I said, you know, during that time that the Paragon, what they do with the Paragon board on that build is so freaking weird. And that's not what I wanted. And I just I couldn't like it. And I really tried, leveled up all the glyphs for it because it uses different glyphs, and oh my gosh, I just didn't like it.
I'm not ready.
And I had the ring on, the Majonic ring, and all the stuff you needed for that build. I farmed the heck out of it, thinking, okay, people must know what they're talking about. I don't know. So we went back to the build that I was using with my druid. I really like it a lot.
Need more time. Needs time to recharge.
I've played a lot of rogue builds, yeah. I've played a lot. I've played Rapid Fire, Heartseeker, Penetrating Shot. Played a lot of different rogues. I mean, fifth season. I mean, I've created multiple characters every season, so if there's a build, I've probably done it with every character. Last season, season 4, we did one of every class, and let's go with the rain. We're gonna get the most.
I'm not ready. Needs time to recharge.
My favorite character in the game, actually, favorite class, is the Barbarian. Always has been. I just think it's a great class. And we're probably going to create a Barbarian once I get to a point on this character. I mean, right now we've got a Druid, we've got a Sorcerer, now we've got a Rogue, and just to top it off would be perfect with a Barb. Not too crazy about some of the Necros builds, and I never really did enjoy my Necro too much. I've got several Necros, and I don't know. Alright, last wave. We've only got 115, but we're only doing a tier 3 here. Just because right now we're only just grabbing gold. That's all we're gonna do. Yeah, I really like my Twisting's Blades during Season 2, but they've done a lot to the Rogue to change it quite a bit. Bone Spirit Necro is actually one of the builds I did in the past, and its gear requirements are pretty high. A lot of people are using a little variation of this build, combo points, and where I'm not using a combo point build here. And again, this is the first season that we're using cookie cutter builds off of the web. We've usually create our own, but because this is a short season with the DLC coming out in October, we went with this idea of just using pre-builds. You know, I call them cookie cutter builds.
Need more time.
And I've been impressed with them, honestly. Most of them I've been pretty impressed with. Some of them I think do some weird things with the Paragon points, but come on. All right. Brian, yeah, I follow you, bro. It's done that to me. I actually, season 5 did that to me. I said I was gonna skip season 5 after the PTR. I hated it, and my followers made a request that I do at least one character, which I did, and ended up really liking the changes they made since the PTR. I still have some complaints. I still think like Infernal Hordes, this right here is super boring, especially because you do the same boss every single time. I also think that, you know, they're slowly, Blizzard's slowly getting to where they need to be. This right here needs to be put in every single boss head, you know, home, because this would allow you now to pull mats. You'd be able to pull mats. You'd be able to put your gear inside here to make room. You would never have to leave. You could farm it and farm it and farm it and farm it and farm it, which is something that we've been asking Blizzard for forever. And they're just not giving it to us. So I'm here simply for the gold. All right. So we're going to have to do this probably 3 times, I think, and just gold. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll just back out of here. Thank you for, hey Ken, what you doing, bro? It's good to see you, man. You're at home today, aren't you? That's right. You getting your surgery all finished up. We're just gonna go back here real quick. I forgot to check something. I don't know if I ever repaired this guy. I was actually looking at doing another Necro this season, but I think we're gonna go with a Barb after this. This is my 3rd character already, and I think we'll go with a Barbarian. Not sure yet, but that's kind of what I'm looking at. That's what I thought. We did a lot of dying when I was testing some things with this guy. All right, yeah, because I'll tell you, the Paragon board really disappoints me in this character. And again, I'm using cookie cutter builds. I'm not creating my own builds. That was the rule I made for myself for this season. So with this build, the Paragon board literally doesn't give you crap in resistances at all. I mean, which sometimes is a smart thing to do, is not use your points there, but you end up using them in your gear, and I don't like it. but I'm really fighting going in there and making changes because I said I wouldn't do it. All right, let's just go right back in. We need gold. That's all we're trying to do right now is farm this for gold. We probably could have gone up to a 4, but I don't trust this character right now. His glyphs just aren't ready yet, which we're going to need to do. Just like the druid, just like my sorcerer, I gotta find time to do the glyphs. All right, here we go. Stepped into that, didn't I? You know what else? I didn't change my aspects. I changed some gear and I just saw that bubble pop up. So that means that my aspects are wrong because I'm not using that bubble at all. So yeah, we'll do that after this. But okay, that's good. That's a good sign that we're at least able to get through this without the proper aspects even. I totally forgot when I changed that gear out and I saw that bubble pop up, bubble protection, and I'm like, I'm not using that. I don't know where that came from. So let me see here. We got something all screwed up here. Let's go. Cowl of the Nameless. All right, so there's one right there that's wrong. That one's wrong. Oh no, that one's right. Concussive strikes is correct. That one's wrong. That one's correct. Correct. Wrong. Oh no, correct. Wrong. Correct. And correct. So we have several aspects that are wrong, and we're still able to make it through this, so I'm kind of surprised. Okay, let's see what we got. We just want gold. That's all we're doing here. It's just for gold. Let's get this one right now because it's going to give us the most throughout the entire thing. We just got to make sure we stay alive. Kind of stepped into that explosion back there. Okay. Let's see. Damn it. These tier 3s are super easy. Like I said, I'm just here to get the gold. I need 50 million gold so I can get cashed in my Resplendent Sparks. I haven't done it, and it's time I do it. So, we need 50 million gold. Pretty quick to make in here. Oh, there's something over here. I'm really surprised they didn't fix that in the patch, because that's been happening a lot. People are kind of like, the enemy is over on a corner just standing there. In that explosion too. Usually my dark shrouds will keep me pretty much healed up, unless I do something stupid like stand in explosions like I was doing there. Two more waves. Drain health, elite damage, +2, +2. I need to get the glyphs leveled up on this guy so we can start going and running torment bosses. I think all of his glyphs are at 15, but maybe not. Maybe there's one that's not. I'd have to look. Like I said, I haven't played this character enough to really. This season, I just haven't spent much time on him. Been doing mostly my sorcerer and my druid, but yeah, time to move on. Getting kind of bored with those two. They're melting torment bosses like they're nothing. It's just kind of like, okay, let's do something. Okay, last round here. Let's grab. Those are gonna 2 times. There we go. We're not getting much ether here, but it's only a tier 3. That's why. And really, I'm doing that just because I want to do the fastest I can to get the gold. I just want this gold as quick as I can get it. So that's why we're here. Really, I absolutely hate Infernal Hordes. I hate it. I think it's so boring and so repetitive and very predictable of exactly. I mean, what happened once is going to happen every single time. So for me, it's a little bit boring. But it is the quickest way to get gold. It's the quickest way to get mats. It's the quickest way to level up. So there's just too many good to not come in. But I don't enjoy it. I hated it during the PTR and I still hate it. They made some good changes to it, don't get me wrong, but it's still very, I don't understand because they already gave us the threat mobs in Helltide, and to me this was just like no imagination. It's like, really, guys, this is what you came up with? And especially if you're like me and you play this game and you also play PoE and you also play Last Epoch, which you look at PoE season compared to this season, and PoEs are free, keep that in mind. It's like they just blew Diablo 4. They kind of embarrassed them on purpose. I mean, it's just like, really? All right, we're just here for the gold. All right, what do we got? 27 million after 2, so we need to run. Yeah, like I said, we're gonna have to run for a total of 4. All right, let's just do this. I see a lot of people that want to run with multiple people in hordes, and I don't know if they've figured it out yet on their own that it requires it doubles in strength for each character you put in, each part of your party. I don't know if it's doubled, I can't remember the percentage, but it gets harder. Okay. I guess I could have just gone in, but I think that there's a lot of, with this build, because it's a cookie cutter build, this is not a build I created. This is a build that I just, because we said we were going to do all cookie cutter builds this season. I think they do a lot of, they waste a whole Paragon board on traps and the damage that you can incur with traps. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you watch my play style, I don't use right there. I don't use caltrops that often. I'm trying to force myself to use it because I see that he puts so many points in that board. But I usually don't use it. In fact, I usually take it completely off my bar down here. And I'll replace it with something else. I usually have, in all my past builds, past seasons, I never ever use smoke grenade. I only use caltrops when I'm leveling. These two I never use. But this build, this person that made this build put a lot of points in traps. So because of that, we're kind of forced to use it. And again, I could go in and make changes, but I said I wasn't going to do that. At the beginning of this season, I said I'm only going to use cookie cutter builds. We're not going to create our own. And I have been somewhat pleased with the builds. I think some of them have been better than others. I think some of the builds really are bad in regards that they are 100% dependent on mythics. I mean, some of them are just so horrendous that it's like you got to have a mythic really just to get anywhere with it. I mean, yeah, you're going to be able to get through to level 100. Yes, you're going to be able to run some low tier pits, and you're going to be able to run these low tier infernal hordes. But if you want to try to progress, you're in trouble unless you have mythics. And those builds, I just think are kind of sad that people are even putting it on the internet. It's like if you require the Tyrael's Might, the Tyrael's Might can go on any freaking build and make it great. I mean, so if your build is so bad that you can't progress without Tyrael's Might or Harlequin Crest, then, dude, it's a worthless build. And there's a lot of variations out there that you can do without ever needing the mythic to progress your character. But you have to adjust the build as you progress, the Paragon boards especially, and some aspects, and rendering as far as that goes. Tempering. I call it rendering, but tempering. I see a lot of builds that say they go, it's got, you know, it says 1 to 100 and low, and it'll say mid-level pits. And then you go to the next, their next progression, and it's all mythic. It's like, okay, you've got Tyrael's Might, you've got Harlequin Crest, and the Ring of Starless Skies. Well, shit, I can take any build. I can make up a build in 10 minutes without any thought and put those 3 pieces on, and that build's gonna rule. I'm gonna be fine. But it is what it is. And if you're using one of those builds, I feel bad for you. Because the drop rate on mythics has been just as bad as it has been. I just stood right in that, as it's been every season. It's not improved at all. And granted, they weren't called mythics last season or the previous seasons, but they were still the same gear. They've added some new gear. I spent my entire weekend doing gutters on my house, man. Sorry, but I don't think my logic is flawed at all, bro. I totally disagree with you. I've been playing these games for too long. I can put mythic, if I put those 3 pieces of mythic gear on any build, that build is going to progress. If you have a build that requires those 3 pieces, your build is crap. Your build is crap. That's all I can tell you. I've done this long enough. I mean, man, we've been making our own builds for every season. So trust me, I'm telling you, if your build requires mythics, I mean, I did it last season and season 4, we did it. We said, okay, look, I can take this build and I can take the Harlequin Crest off and the build is crap. And that was other people's builds that we were doing tests and showing people that don't follow these builds. If it tells you it requires a mythic piece of gear, don't use that build. In only one season have I used a piece of uber unique gear. One season. That was in season 2. Since then, I've never used one. Never. Now this season we're going to again, but never ever. My builds never required it. Never. right, so we just want gold. So we just want to get through this as fast as we can. This is our last wave. We're gonna have to do one more to get the gold. I should have probably just came in here and ran it with my light spear sorcerer or my druid, because we could have done tier 7 and 8 and probably cashed in on a lot more gold, but I don't know why I didn't think of it.
Need more time. Need more time.
Yeah, I know what mythics do, bro. I know. More damage, more defense, more everything. I understand the whole concept of mythics. I don't know if what I'm saying is confusing or what, but that's the whole reason why those builds are using it, because their build is so bad it can't survive a pit, 80 even without putting it on. And I'm not going to call out specific builds, but they're out there. Well, I know mythics make all the builds better, but you know what? It's just an endless argument, because I've done my own builds. Never, ever, ever have we done uber uniques in all my seasons of streaming this game. We have never, ever used an uber unique on a single build, and we ran Torment, we ran Lilith, we ran endgame content, Torment bosses. Never, ever did we need a mythic. Never. Now I see builds on the internet that they require that to run a Torment boss or to run Lilith. It's like, well, come on, man. I can put mythics, those 3 mythics on any build, and it'll make them stronger, better, and they can go run it. So if your build requires it, I'm sorry, you can say whatever you want, but in my opinion, the build is shit if it requires that to do those things. And because I'm going to tell you now, we've done it season after season after season without ever wearing a piece of uber unique gear. Ever. Season 2, we wore one. We wore Harlequin Crest. That was it. And it was for this build right here, a rogue build. But it wasn't, it was Twisting Blades. And it's the only time I've ever wore a uber unique piece. So you can say whatever you want, and we can argue but you're not going to convince me of anything that telling me that, well, it can still be a good build if it requires a mythic. I'm sorry. I just think that it's bullshit build. It's somebody that didn't put enough thought into it and spend the time that it needed to make the Paragon boards what it needed to be. And that's going to be my opinion, and you're not going to change it because I've played the game enough to know. All right, so I'm getting tired of getting these stupid scrolls too. We're 50, that's what we needed right there. So we only had to do one more. That's perfect. So now let's go up here. Well, they may not actually require it, but when the build starts off and the first thing it says is it requires these mythics, then that means it requires it, according to the person that created the build. But yeah, I mean, you're right. You can go in and change it and make it better and not require it. I mean, it's just like the people in season 4, and I'm not going to name names or whatever, but it's a lot of streamers were telling people the fastest way to get XP is to run tier 70 Nightmare Dungeons. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. If you're running tier 70 Nightmare Dungeons, why do you need XP? The fastest way for people to get XP during season 4 was to go in strictly into Helltide and just farm that Helltide boss, the Maiden, and just farm it. And I mean, by the time you're ready to go do a tier 70 Nightmare Dungeon, I'm not sure why you need XP. because you should already be all XP'd out. But well, Joseph, you know what? You can live on this game all you want, and me and you are still going to disagree.
Light keep you.
We're still going to disagree. I mean, because nobody's going to convince me that if your build requires a mythic, that's a good build. I'm not going to believe you. All right, so we're going to grab this guy is what we want to do right there.
There's a fine blessings.
And now we're going to go up here. Yeah. Yeah, let's do this. And we'll do this. No, I'm sorry. We'll do this.
I have many fine pieces, rare and beautiful.
Is that what I want to do? Yeah.
What will it be?
And that's what I was worried about, was we were going to run out of gold because we burned it all through there. But that's okay. We're going to do this. And we're just going to make it real quick. Let's go run another one real fast. Oh, wait. Before we do that, though, I didn't do any of my aspects here. We changed them all out. That one's correct. This one is not. Again, this is the first season I said that we were going to follow a cookie cutter build, so that's what we're going to stick with. I usually, like you guys all know that follow me, I usually create my own builds. We don't do cookie cutter, but this season, that's what we're going to do. So we want on this, according to them, we want concussive. No, I'm sorry, not looking at the wrong thing. Umbros. All right, and of course we ain't got no freaking gold. Well, you know what? We're just gonna go. Let's go. We're gonna just go get gold right now. Let's just go do that. And we'll go. Well, let's just do another 3 just so it's fast. Yeah, Whirlwind Barb is like awesome. We ran with a Whirlwind Barb doing Torment bosses earlier, just like maybe 2 weeks ago. And I was pretty impressed with that build. See, I'm not supposed to be using this aspect. I don't know. It's on a piece of gear that I changed out. We need to get that fixed. But right now, I'm not going to worry about it. I don't have the gold to do it. We're going to get gold right now.
Need more time.
Spent my whole freaking weekend doing gutters and I still don't have it done on my house. We got each side of my house is 80 feet long and my front and back are 45 feet long. I got one side and the front done.
Needs time to recharge.
And now I got to do the other side. And in Florida, it sucks. It's so freaking hot. heard me say earlier, I never ever used smoke grenade or caltrops on any of my rogue builds in the past. I absolutely hate those two things. But this guy that did this build, which it's a pretty good build, I give him credit, but he spent a whole Paragon board on traps, and I usually don't use them, so I'm trying to force myself to use them, and I tend to forget a lot. But I normally do not put those in my build at all. Only for leveling up do I use them.
Needs time to recharge.
Alright, let's see what we got.
Need more time.
Streaming on TikTok has been something that's brand new for me. I've always streamed at Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube simultaneously. TikTok sent me an invitation a couple weeks ago. We're trying it. I don't know. I don't like some of the way TikTok does things. You know, but I don't like the way I don't like TikTok's chat that they don't let you pull it. No Boss dropped Tyro's Might long ago. I just got it with my Resplendent Sparks. Yeah, it's Tyro's Might is a tough drop, but if you're looking for it to drop, you're probably only going to see it drop from maybe Durrell or Andario. Those are probably your two top choices, and you're probably going to want to run those in Torment. I mean, the odds it can drop anywhere actually, but it's such a low drop rate. Yeah, I don't like the fact that TikTok you can't pop out his chat. So you have to have a separate screen for it, where on my streaming software, I've got Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook all on one window. Okay, hunting faster.
I'm not ready yet.
Don't stand in the fire, maid. It's not gonna work. Yeah, all of them do, but I think that Pyro's might, I mean, at least most of the reports have been that it's been dropping the most on Terrell and Andario. But yeah, all of them. You could even get, you know, even in a chest on Helltide if you're lucky. If you know, it's. I suppose it's possible. I've never heard of it happening, but I'm sure it probably has somewhere.
Need more time.
That was a weird little glitch.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay. Last wave.
Need more time. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I need more time.
I just want gold. That's all we're here for. We're just here to get the gold. Yeah, that's where Uber bosses, I think, are your best chance to get your mythics. I mean, we've ran thousands upon thousands upon thousands of Durrells and over the seasons, and the drop is just drop rate is terrible. I mean, I've actually made fun of Blizzard and said I wish somebody would help them write their algorithms, because if you run it 5,000 times, you would think if you're saying it's a 2% drop rate, then we should have seen it. But the reason I did so many of them is we were running followers through on the weekends. We had weekend follower runs, and so they wanted to run bosses, and that's what we did. Torment bosses, regular bosses, we did all of them. Okay, just one gold. Alright, so now let's get... Okay, so we said that we had to get these done. We changed a bunch of gear and we didn't even get our aspects changed out properly. Frostbitten is correct. Conceited is correct. Retribution is correct. That is not correct. That should be high velocities on this one, right? So this one should be Starlight. And there it is. It's gonna make a difference. All right, let's check these. And because we did that, you know what? That's all right. We'll leave it alone. Let's see. I wanted to check these. Yeah, I didn't even get them to 21. They're at 15, and that one's not even at 15. 11. That one's at level 1. So I told you we haven't spent much time playing this character. We've been doing our druid and our sorcerer mostly. So let's... What do we got? Let's get rid of...
Fortune that is.
Let's just go do that one first. What was this? 95? All right. My armor is fairly low. So let's drink that. Let's drink that. I don't think we're going to need it, but we're going to use it anyway. Let's go find out. Oh, don't delete your barb and start a druid. Just put your barb off to the side for a while, Lyndon, and move over to the... You can start a new druid. You might decide that you want to come back to that barb in the future. See you two guys hiding back there.
I'm not ready.
Now this is why I never used, you know, grenade and caltrops, because if you play it as a true ranged rogue, you really don't need it, and when they do get up on you, you've got your shrouds that should be protecting you. So I've never used it in the past, but again, like I said, this is a cookie cutter build. That's not my build. We said all this first season, we said we were going to do nothing but cookie cutter builds, which is what we're doing. And some of the builds I've been impressed with, and some of them I've been kind of like, I wonder why they did it like that. First time I've ever used rain of arrows, so the guy that did this build, that's pretty cool little add-on he did. I like them. They're actually pretty cool. I never used them before. My previous rogue builds were rapid fire, twisting blades, and penetrating shot. Oh no, I'm sorry, Heartseeker. Heartseeker was it. Heartseeker. Nice scream. Whoa, that was a good hit, bro.
Needs time to recharge.
Oh, I couldn't move. I got froze up there. That was me. That was me. That was all me. I think the Andy Barrage is better. Honestly, I think the Andy Barrage is a better build, but I mean, this guy made this build basically without requiring really any uniques, which is pretty impressive. It's one of the reasons why I chose it, because I wanted to see how good it was. And I mean, it's actually a pretty fair build. I think there's a few wasted points in the Paragon board. Whoa, don't get in that. But for the most part, it's actually a pretty solid build. I think that the Paragon board, they did some not mistakes, but I think there were some missed opportunities. I also think that you know, they didn't come up with an alternative method of using these trap skills, and I think that there's a lot for the rogue that you could have used, but that's okay. All right, well, we died, so now I have to go get repaired, which kind of stinks. The layout is better on Facebook. Yeah, I do all of them. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. Now TikTok. We just started really supporting TikTok. Yeah, I probably won't still be playing by that time, Matthew. I have to finish my stinking gutters on my house, which has been the worst nightmare I've ever, worst project I ever came up with. I swear to God, it's the worst. Okay, that's weird. I died. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, gutters. I will never, ever, 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 ever suggest anybody do gutters on their house. It's the worst. I hate it. It's been a nightmare. Okay, that's a 99. I was hoping to get a... Yeah, you had to redo your gutters. I hate it, man. I mean, I have two 80-foot. Okay, so the sides of my house are 80 foot long, and the front and back are 45. And so I got one side and the front. Not, I mean, I want to say it's done, but it's not done. There's still like the little finishing touches that I have to do, and we didn't do the traditional downspouts. I'm hanging chains, which I think is a way better and cleaner method, and it just looks a little bit less intrusive on your home. That's what my wife wanted. Do whatever the wife wants, I'm doing. But yeah. Yeah, it's exactly how it started off too. It's well, first of all, yeah, this won't take long. It's like bull squat. There's a gold find. Let's do that. And but first of all, my buddy was supposed to help me. He couldn't come, and I'm using 16-foot pieces. Okay, he couldn't come because he had a kidney stone and he had to actually go to the hospital. So I ended up doing it myself, and trying to hang 16-foot pieces by yourself is terrible. I tried to make like a it was just the worst, man. I swear. All right. I don't want to do it again. I can tell you that. And when I get this done, I'm going to have a huge party at my house because it's just kicked my butt. But yeah, that's how it started off was, oh, it's not going to take too long. I can bang this out pretty fast. Well, then once I started, I realized that, which I should have realized it at the beginning, and I missed the whole thing, was my fascia boards are angled. So if you have angled fascia boards, you have to use wedges. Well, I didn't have the wedges, so then everything I got postponed because of that. Then I finally got the wedges, and they were cut too narrow for the gutter bracket to fit. So I had to modify each and every one of them. It's like just one nightmare after the other. I'm like, this project started off not smooth from the very beginning. Yeah, it's just been, plus I used, which I should have known better, I used Home Depot material, and that was a big mistake. Just terrible. Their product was just, I don't know, man. Maybe it was the way they shipped it. I don't know, but it just ended up really needing some work once it got to my house. You know, it's like I told the wife, shame on me. I should have known better. But I mean, having somebody install your gutters is really, really, really expensive. Yeah, the wife is always right. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, gutter installation is absurd. The cost is just through the roof. And for my house, because my house is a very big house, but it's only a one-story house, but it's a really big house. They wanted $5,000. And I'm like, $5,000? You want $5,000 to install gutters? Now, silly me, had I known it was sucked as bad as it does, I probably would have paid it, to be quite honest. You know, I really didn't think it was that difficult. So I was like, oh, well, I can do it myself. I don't need you guys. We're not going to pay you $5,000. I never should have said that. You know, I'm fully retired now, and I'm like, oh, I got nothing but time on my hands. I can do it. Not a big deal. Yeah, it was a big deal. My buddy called me up yesterday, and he's like, hey, I can come and help you this weekend. He's like, if you need it. I'm like, oh, heck yes, I need you. I need you bad. My wife tried to actually help because the piece is 16 foot long, but it was just no way. So I was trying to use a second, what I was doing is I was using a second ladder to kind of hold it up, the end of the piece. But still, it's not straight when you're doing it that way, and it just, I don't know, it was just a headache. I'll get them finished this week, and it'll be out of my life. But I told the wife, man, if anybody asks you if I know how to do gutters, you always say no. Because I don't want to help anybody do them ever again. It's a lot of prep work. You know, I mean, you got to like cut the gutter to length. You've got to fit it with the wedges and the brackets. You've got to, if it's going to be a jointed, you know, you're going to have another one, of course, matching up to it. You've got to put the seam in and get that ready for it to, oh my gosh, it's a lot. My neighbor had his house done. He hired a contractor, and I think he told me that he paid like $5,400 for it. And his house is about the same size as mine. I mean, that's just a really high price, but after doing it, I'm going, yeah, okay, you deserve it. Okay. Okay, that one's at 15. Now at least we're going to get them all at 15, which is going to be a big help. But really, they need to be at 21. We'll get them there. This is just a painful process every season, every character. But it's a necessary evil, actually. How much do we have? Well, we got room. I was hoping for another gold one, but we don't see it. All right, that's okay. Yeah, so I'm not gonna be able to do a long stream today like I normally do because I gotta get back to work on these gutters. It's just, I'm just taking my time now. I just decided, you know what, just take your time, do it one piece at a time. You know, out here in the Florida heat, ooh, baby, I mean, half hour you're soaked. And I have a bad habit of pushing it too far, and my wife is always telling me that I'm gonna end up having a heart attack someday. Probably right. Because usually once I get started and I'm soaking wet with sweat, you know, I'm figuring, hey, well, let's just finish it and I'll go jump in the swimming pool when I'm done. You know, but I do have a bad habit of not stopping and drinking water, and I'm just going, you know, 90 miles an hour trying to get things finished. It's always been my nature, and so I'm trying to slow down with this now. On the sides, I got the front and the side I got done. I'm gonna go hang the chains for the downspouts. I really like that style, and I have a neighbor that's done it that way, and I just think it looks so much cleaner. I was like, man, that's such a smart idea. When it rains, the way it cascades down is so cool. So I'm like, you know what? We're gonna do it that way. All right, where are we going here? I've actually never seen it done with the chains before until my neighbor did it, and I just thought it was great. You don't have no downspout, you don't have none of that, you know, stuff on your house. It's just, it looked way better. I really liked it. Butcher. He got me good on the very first hit. A little bit too high for me here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Running into him at a tier 96 dungeon was a bad idea for this character with lifts not leveled and just unable to kill him. That sucked. Man, we've killed butchers so many times this season already. Not with this character. This is only the second time I've actually streamed with this character. My sorcerer and my druid have dropped him over and over and over. I love killing Butcher now because he drops the prisms. Actually, the world boss has been kind of made worthless except for the stones. I mean, other than that, there's not a lot of reason to run the world boss anymore. It's kind of sad because it was in pretty big demand because for the prisms. Now, not so much. All right, let's bring this one back. That was just bad luck. If I went and tried to run Lilith right now with this character, we would get slammed so bad. He's just nowhere near ready. The first time we ran it with my landslide druid, we got smoked, and we had to go and level up the glyphs to 21, and then we went back and just bang. I don't have the key yet. Okay, well, I haven't been using any of the traps, so I guess we better start doing that now.
I'm not ready. Need more time.
I went right out the corner of it.
Need more time.
I don't want to do this event. No, thank you.
Need more time.
Okay. Yeah, that's why you got to have the gutters. I mean, that's exactly why I'm doing the gutters, is try to save my foundation, especially here in Florida, because your foundation is built on sand to begin with. But yeah, that's why I'm doing gutters. I don't like doing them. I hate it. But it's a necessary evil. Oh, what the fudge? I moved right into it. That was stupid. Went right into it.
Use that.
Man, that was dumb. This guy is probably really not ready to do these tier 90s, but if not, when? You know what I'm saying? So why not just go for it? There, every time he gets his hands on me, I'm gonna die, because I just can't. My armor is... Whoa, that's why. Duh. Yeah, tier 90 is a little bit, tier 96 a little bit too high for him right now, but that's okay. He'll get there. Hey, Sora, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Okay, now I don't have my evade. There we go.
Need more time. Need more time.
Really big delay right there. That was weird. Super big delay, huh? Very odd. Need to get these glyphs up. That's why I'm running these higher level ones a little bit above my ability right now, but the faster I get, the higher tier I go, the faster these are going to glyph up, level up. Because really all of these have to be at 21. So we'll get there. We'll get there. We probably need to do something about our armor on our gear too. I haven't really messed with it, to be honest. Poison is savage. I've done a poison before. It's a really good one. Well, this isn't my build. Just so you know, this is the first season of all my seasons that I've decided that I'm going to use cookie cutter builds right off the internet. I'm not going to create my own. Normally I would not. There's a lot of things I would not be using in this build. I wouldn't be using this. I wouldn't be using this. I would probably be using like a poison trap or something like that. But because I'm using cookie cutter builds, I said that no thank you, Sorath. I appreciate that though. I'm not going to be streaming very long today, but because I'm using cookie cutter builds, only cookie cutter builds this season is what the rule I made at the beginning. I'm trying to stick with that, and yeah, it's this build has been kind of weird. I've looked at what he's done in, I'll show you again. Why am I not? That's weird. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's pop this open. So the board that I'm the most concerned about is this board right here. Okay, I believe that all of this could have been spent elsewhere and better spent. He's using a lot of the trap in this build, which is, again, this is another thing that I personally wouldn't be doing in a board, but this is a cookie cutter build. It's actually a pretty good build. My only disagreement really is this board, and with some of the skills, but I mean, it's a pretty good build for, you know, what it is. It's I do not, and on this build you do not use the Uber Crux, which I thought was very, very, very weird. As a matter of fact, he actually addresses it in here, and I'll tell you what he says. He says, this is the guy that built it, which is, what's his name? I don't even know. Dioxide. All right, Dioxide. This is a Dioxide build on max roll. All right, and for Ubercrux, he says, after several tests with this setup, Ubercrux was hurting our damage overall, including on single targets. We dropped it in favor of more damage in general, and has provided better results. So that's his explanation of why he's not using Ubercrux, and it may very well be true. I haven't tested his theory there. You normally, you know, my first thing was, why no Ubercrux? You know, which is different. Also, it doesn't use combo points. It uses the preparation, which is interesting. I mean, it's just, You know, but yeah, that's what he's doing is he's proxing all his damage with the traps. You know, he's doing a lot of trap damage, a lot of critical strike damage in there, a lot of marking them. I normally wouldn't have used it that way, but that's okay. I mean, hey, everybody's got their way of doing it. All right, let's do this. I guarantee you we don't want to be doing Drifting Shade. And I think honestly, let's go over here. I think honestly, we're just a hair too high right now for that. So what we'll do, we're going to save those because we're right behind, we're right on the cusp of it. And we'll just come over here and create a few of these. And we'll run those and it'll be a little bit faster, I think. Let's do this 88. The Andes Barrage is way better. It's a good build. I agree. And Dario Barrage is a good build. This build is unique. It's definitely a little bit different. And I guess that's why I chose it. Because like I said, this season, normally I create all my builds. This season we are not. This season we are strictly going cookie cutter. And it's been interesting. That's for sure, especially since it's kind of the first time I've used them. I've been impressed with some, like the Lightning Spear one. That build is just superb. I don't want to really do your event. You guys can die. I don't care. I have a bad habit of not using the traps because I'm trying to force myself to do them, because normally with the Rogue I never use them ever. I don't, my build doesn't even have them. It doesn't even, I don't even have them on my bar. So I'm trying to force myself to throw them. I mean, because they do what they're supposed to do. They do create a lot of damage. I mean, you're able to do, if you hit opponents once they've been trapped, I mean, it does do its job, that's for sure. I just never used them. But that doesn't mean that they're not good. Normally it's because I'm playing at range like this and they never get close enough to me that I need to worry about it, but I'm trying to force myself to use them. My arrows were going right into that wall. Duh. I play with viewers on the weekends, but yeah, that's about the only time I really play with players is on the weekends. But I do it. I usually every weekend. If I stream. Now lately I haven't been because of this freaking gutter project going on, but Yeah, normally I usually take one of my other characters that can run torment bosses, and I'll run my followers through torments. Let them try to grab some gear. A lot of times I just trade them gear because I have a lot of gear. A lot. And that's why I always save it. You know? H2O likes to even commented that I was a hoarder, but I save it because one, because of my alts, but secondly, because a lot of my followers, they need it. So if I have it, they can, you know, I just give it to them. No sense in me keeping it and not being used. All right, where are we at here? I feel like I missed a Animus boss on the other side. Maybe not. I thought there was another one and I might have missed him. Okay. How many characters have you lost to torment difficulty? I don't do hardcore characters, so I haven't really lost any of them. This season, my lightning spear source and my landslide druid have been running torment bosses, melting them pretty fast. I would say that my lightning spear sorcerer has been way better. The landslide druid I'm using is kind of a strange build for the cookie cutter build, but he's been pretty powerful. I usually use pulverize on my past builds of my own, but it's been a pretty good build. I've been pretty impressed with it. Okay, so we gotta get this last one at least to 15. And now, because I'm using a cookie cutter build here, let's do it the way they say to do it. So they want combat. Yeah, landslide druid's been pretty fun. Yeah, that's the problem with the bags. Eventually you run out of space. You got to start, you can't hoard everything eventually. Yeah, landslide druid's been pretty fun. I've enjoyed it. I mean, my favorite character class in this game has always been the barbarian. This season I haven't created one yet. This is my third character this season, so I think the next character I'm going to do is probably going to be a barbarian. We're bags. We got enough room for another one. Okay. But I think right now this character would get smoked if he went and tried to run Torment. I just don't see any way that he would even right now, just because his glyphs, his gear is not where it should be. It's almost, his gear is all like that right there. That's what I'm talking about. His armor is so low right now that there's just no way he can survive, because he can't even survive in here with his armor. And I should probably drink something, an elixir. But you know what? Let's do that. His armor is only at 5,000. 5,700 is way too low for a 100 character. Way too low. So that's really hurting me right now. But we're gonna have to fix it. And it's actually a pretty easy fix. I mean, super easy if I wanted to take the way of just using Juggernaut and, whoa, and throw that on there. Also looks like poison is having an effect, which I want to see why. Let me look here if I can get a minute. Oh.
Need more time.
Let's look here. Okay, well, we're good. Oh, well, duh, because we're wearing Tyro's Might, so we should be just fine. Yeah, there's a few things that we need to do to improve this build that we can do without cheating. I mean, I've said I wasn't going to cheat and go outside of the cookie cutter build. I was going to use it no matter what. And sometimes it's been a struggle. About doing a whirlwind barb. I think that's going to be my next build that we'll go with. I think. I'm surprised I haven't stopped playing and went back to Path of Exile yet, but it's kind of like what Brian Dooney was saying earlier in the chat, that it kind of sucked me in, and I ended up sticking around here longer than I thought I was going to.
Need more time.
So they finally moved the location. See, every time I come in here, that freaking thing is always right inside that room right there.
Time to recharge. I'm not ready.
There it is.
I'm not ready. Need more time. I'm not ready.
I don't know if many of you guys have been playing or have ever played Path of Exile, but their new season is pretty cool. And being the fact that it's a free game compared to this one, it's just like it blows it away in so many different aspects.
I'm not ready.
But there's plus and minuses to every game. I mean, I play Lost Ark, I play Last Epoch, I play Path of Exile, I play Diablo. We even left last season for a while and went and played, what was it? Once Human and first Descendants. And I mean, both of those games are great. Once Human I thought was really fun, except for I don't like the fact that it's all WSAD. Now I don't know if they have done a release yet with the controller support. They said they've been working on it. They've been working on it since beta, because I played the beta, and that is a really fun game. I ain't gonna lie, I really enjoyed it. I don't like the 6-week seasons either. It kind of feels a little bit like pay to win a little bit, but I mean, it's just grindy. But that's true with every game now. Okay. Still got enough room. We can go grab another one real quick. It's kind of a painful process level of these, but it is what it is. You got to do it. Increases maximum life. What's this one? We'll go with that one. All right, let's bring it up a little bit. We'll go there. Get these things leveled as quick as we can. Let's get them up as fast as possible. I should have popped that. Not even necessary, because I don't need the XP. It's not going to give me squat, so let's just burn past it here. Well, you know what? We're here. Let's just finish it. Weird delay right there too. All right.
Need more time.
I don't know how I missed that guy. Oh, there's some more of you over here too. And I clicked that dumb thing.
Not ready. Not ready.
Okay, what's left? Oh, what did I? Guess we will clear it since I popped it. But I don't think. Let's go see. Oh yeah, there we go.
Need more time.
Okay. Need the key.
Need more time. I'm not ready.
Oh, I went in it. Oh, we got out though. Okay. All right. So, what do we got here? My past seasons with the Rogue, playing the Rogue builds, I haven't enjoyed any of them except for the Twisted Blades. I hated the Rapid Fire. I hated the Heart Seeker. And for some reason, I just have not been able to get into playing a ranged Rogue, but I'm trying. I like the Twisting Blades was my favorite of them all, and I'm trying hard to play ranged. And we're full now, okay. Oh, wait. Throw those. What was this guy saying? He got looking for a rogue amulet with at least 2 of these lucky hit chances. Oh, those are hard to find. Hard to find, yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to start farming gear here soon. I can already feel it. Especially because my armor is so low on this character. I mean, my armor's sitting at 6,200, and that's using an elixir, so that's just way low. My attack power's through the roof, but I have to drop them fast enough before they hit me, because if they hit me once, I'm dead. my armor's hurting. My armor rating is hurting for sure, but we'll get it. So there's some pieces. Why did I not finish that? That's weird. Let's do that.
Farewell and good fortune.
Huh. Thought I already did this, but I guess not. Like, that's really what I wanted. That sucks. That sucked. Uh-huh. Now we need to go farm more of that too, Ingolith. All right. Yeah, we got to get our armor up. It's just hurting us. And I need to start looking at where can I do it. And this was another terrible, because the way the Paragon board is set up on this build, which I didn't do it, this isn't my build, this is a cookie cutter build, but yeah, it's killing. Well, I'm just doing, why did I put ranks to the trick attacks? I'm just doing a cookie cutter build here off the internet. That's what we're doing this season, all cookie cutters. It is what it is. Like I said, there's some things that they did with this build that I'm not too sure I like, but it's not a bad build. It's just, why did I put ranks to the trick attacks? What are you talking about? You talking about here? Well, just so you know, you can't, when you come in here and you do this, you can't choose where you want.
Come back if you
I mean, it's pretty much, that's where it's gonna do what it wants to do. It's like if you came in here, right? Let's just find a piece. Let's just grab a piece. Let's do that. We'll just do that, right? I can't do it because it's not tempered. I was gonna try to show you, but then I gotta temper it. Let's do this. Let's just put a piece in like that right there. Let's just temper it with anything right now because we're not gonna use it. So let's just temper it, skip it. Okay, imbued damage. There you go. Let's temper it. Let's do that. Okay, there you go. You got 2 pieces, right? So now, if you take that piece put it in here, right? You can't really decide what's gonna get upgraded and what's not. I mean, there's some things but you can do, but you're not gonna it's gonna decide on its own what it wants to update. I mean, you're not gonna be able to say, hey, I want you to only update lucky hit chance. So I mean, it is what it is. You get what you get. I can't tell it only rank up, you know, this one thing. I wish I could, because that would be awesome. All right, let's get this done. Oh, well, yeah, you could do it again. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right there. That's true. All right, let's see. I'm wearing some really stupid stuff right now, I think. Yeah, it cost a lot. It costs a lot. It's just like enchanting. You go broke. I mean, you do. But you're right. I could keep doing it and, you know, hopefully get the lucky roll. If I have to do that, I'm usually better off, except for like something like this. You know, sometimes you're better off just to change the gear, because I have this like 3 times in my stash, and just to start fresh with another one and see what roll you get, which I have done that a lot. That I will admit that I have done quite a bit, and that gets expensive. Yeah, it is what it is, you know. Okay, and I think there's a few pieces that I want to change, and then I think this is the one that I want to put in here, because we're using Tyro's Might now, but I'm not going to get rid of this piece, because, you know, some people don't know this. I was very surprised to find out that they didn't know this, but like if I take this Tyro's Might and put it in here, I can use that Tyro's Might with all my alts. Every alt can use it. So I mean, it's something that I was kind of surprised people didn't realize, that whatever gear you have that you think, you know, like this piece could be used on my sorcerer or my druid. If I had the Ring of Starless Skies, that could be used on my sorcerer, druid, and rogue. Those pieces can all be shared and used through each one. So yeah, I was kind of surprised. I was also surprised to know that people didn't realize that this, let me show you. This is another thing that I was very surprised to find out that people were unaware of. Is right here. A lot of people don't know that this keeps giving. They think that once they see this down here completed, that they're done, but it's not. As you can see, I have one right there. It's an infinity. So each time you hit 24,000, you're going to get another one of these chests. And I mean, I'm not saying that this chest gear is great or anything, but it's free, you know, so why not grab it? But a lot of people don't know that that's still giving. What is my battle tag? My battle tag is Made Biker #sign 1605, but I don't play with other players during the week at all. I only play with other players on the weekends. But yeah, that is my battle tag, Made Biker #sign 1605. All right, so we're not done getting this stuff gone yet here. Bunch of crap in my bags here. See, that's actually a nice piece right there. If you could change the I would change the movement speed to Frigid Finesse. Or, well, actually, on this build, that's different. They don't. I did that just because my past rogue experience. I changed it to Frigid Finesse, but that may not be what they want you to do in this build. They want you to. Oh, yeah, they want Frigid Finesse. Okay, yeah. Well, luckily, if we agree on something with this build, me and the guy that did it, because I did not do this build. This is not my build at all.
The forge.
I'm gonna need to change some pieces, so we're gonna hang on to that. All right, so I think, as much as I hate to do it, I think we're gonna have to end the stream because I have to go finish my gutter project on my house. This has been a super short stream, only 2 hours, but I hate to say it, but I have work calling me on my gutters, which I'm so freaking sick of doing. But I gotta get it done. So we need armor. We're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do about that, because that's gonna be a problem.
Don't waste that.
Shit, I don't got no room. You gotta be kidding me, bro. I don't know why I'm carrying that, and we got a bunch of these that we don't need. And last but not least, okay. So with all of that, I'm gonna have to get off of here. I gotta go do my gutters. Yay. But I appreciate you all. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And hopefully we'll be able to do a much longer stream tomorrow than we are right now. I just got to get this gutter project done. I spent all weekend with it, and I'm on the cusp of getting this thing finished. So I want to get it done. Appreciate you all. I will see you all next time. Be safe. Please be kind. We need a little bit of that in the world right now.